Apparently, according to some pundits, there are as many as 155 kinds of kisses. Now, that's a lot of kisses to remember, not to mention do well, lest you be remembered in a way you prefer not to be, that is. Now, I've personally found that when it comes to kissing, it's really not about quantity, variety, or even length of time, and granted, all of which can be thrilling in their own right. It is instead that ineffably exquisite exchange that happens between two people when their lips touch in a way that, if done just right, can transport both of them to entirely new worlds every single time. When it comes to kissing each other on the lips, ultimately you and your partner are, or will eventually become, the experts. Just as there are no two snowflakes that are alike, I suspect that the way couples kiss and the experience they have are as unique as they are. The key is learning from each other how to do it in a way that enhances your mutual bliss rather than ascribe to someone else's idea of the quote-unquote perfect kiss. So with this in mind, I'll share some of my personal insights into this most intimate form of human communication, and you're welcome to take from it what you will. Now, instead of pondering how many different types of kisses there are, I prefer to think of all the different reasons for kissing. Here's a partial list of those lip-locking intentions I've compiled for some of life's major, or not, moments between two people. The first, of course, is, well, the first kiss. The intent of this one is pretty clear. If this is your first kiss ever with anyone, it's like, oh my God, what is this all about? And is it really good as everyone says it is? And am I going to do it right or come off as a doofus who will never be able to get past first base? Just for the record, I was a slow learner, but that first one gave me plenty of encouragement to keep trying. Even as an experienced kisser attempting that first luscious contact with someone new, it is a potentially awkward moment that could be the beginning of something wonderful or its quick death. No pressure there. Then there's the passionate kiss. This one is the clear expression of lust between two very horny people and can be done in nearly an infinite variety of ways. These kisses, well, more like face-sucking, tend to be intense to both enhance and respond to each partner's growing arousal. Most often experienced in the bedroom or any other semi-convenient private location, or in bars after about the third beer. Then there's the I'm here for you kiss. This is the one where intimate partners express tender care and empathy for each other, often in times of uncertainty, doubt, or pain. It is the kiss of support and I have your back that helps further bind the love between two people. Then there's the peck. Now, this barely qualifies as a kiss in my book and is included here only because it is so prevalent in our culture. Essentially, this is the aloha of kisses, used for both a quick greeting and farewell to your partner. It occurs most often when either one or both parties are in a hurry or distracted from being fully present for the other, or, in worst case, used as an obligatory false expression of, I still love you, with a sort of subtext thrown in for good measure. And finally, and my absolute favorite, the world ceases to exist kiss. Now we're talking. My partner and I have been together for nearly 4 years, and kissing every imaginable way is one of our favorite pastimes. Yet it was only in the last 6 months or so that we discovered this exquisite way of kissing that transports both of us into a whole new reality. Every time, it's as if we were high on some very fine mind-altering drugs, which in effect we are, given how this particular kiss for us seems to release a flood of mood-enhancing neurochemicals. And how we go about it is really simplicity itself. Now, speaking strictly from the male perspective, the first thing I do is become very, very present for my partner and look deeply into her eyes, essentially kissing her first with my eyes and soul. Then I gently take hold of her head and tilted slowly to one side as I ever so lightly brushed my lips against hers, while softly stroking her cheek with my thumb. As we continue to do this, time seems to stop and all awareness of our surroundings or daily troubles just disappears. This is the kiss that brings us as close to unity as we've ever experienced. It works for us every time and is shared here not as the way to do it, but rather as an invitation to discover your own form of the world ceases to exist kiss for yourselves. For what it's worth, my partner and I now avoid the peck and use this kiss as our default aloha every time we greet or say goodbye to each other. That's in addition to all the other occasions in which we choose to use it to melt fully into each other for no other reason than we simply want to. Consider the act of kissing your significant other as a work of art, imperfect, yet always in refinement. You will both likely get much more out of this most personal form of human connection in doing so. And if you haven't quite discovered your mutual world ceases to exist kiss yet, keep at it. If you stay fully present for each other while practicing, I assure you, it will reveal itself eventually.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Extraordinary Intimacy with Michael J. Russell. For all speaking, media interviews, and workshop inquiries, go to michaelrusselllive.com. For private intimacy coaching, send an email to coaching@michaelrusselllive.com.